pop that
Here we
top.
are.
So I'm gonna start off with my quick shot, man. I had actually saved this one from the last time that we were together about 3 years ago. So I wanted to start off with it because I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it's those goddamn flea market dancers, dude. You seen those pop up on your reels before? I know,
I haven't seen it pop up on my reel. However, I have had my brother-in-law sends me some, and usually it's in reference to like, hey, look at your tío or look at your tía, you know, something like that. But yeah, those are kind of annoying.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying, man. I at first when they first started popping up like on TikTok is where I first started seeing them, and then after a while they would pop up on Facebook and then the reel, and like all the reels were just these fucking dancers, you know, and then and I know you know what I'm talking about. These Pulga dancers, you know, from McAllen, or I think even maybe here in Poteet or in what is it, the flea mart down there on 16. Like the way they're, you know, I don't know, dude, it bothers me so much. It just because of the way they dance or the way they're dancing, and everybody's recording them, and it's like, you know, they're making a real big deal out of nothing. Like, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't really know why it bothers me.
Cause I think it's because it's the same move.
Yeah.
To every beat. It's the same move.
It's true. That's the same thing. And
it's the
I
same.
don't know, they're doing that little thing with the cholo thing with the little fingers and the pointing and this and that. And then apparently down there in McAllen, the dude from that Bronco, that band. You know Bronco. Everybody's heard Bronco. You've heard Bronco before.
You got me lost.
Apparently he's down there in McAllen, and he goes and he fucking dances with them all with his chest puffed out and his hat and all this shit. But man, I don't know. I don't know why it bothers me so much. I want to know what people. I really want to know what people think, because if you're like a TikTok person to where, you know, you'll sit there and watch 30 minutes of videos, you had to have seen it pop up. So, like, I really want to know, like,
well, it doesn't come out on my feed, so maybe it's just your algorithm that.
I know.
You're an algorithm.
It comes out on my Instagram reels.
On the Instagram?
Yeah,
See,
like
that's
that
weird.
one.
That's weird because I saw him first on the TikTok. On the TikTok.
Not even on that one, dude. I don't even get them on IG either, man.
What do you watch, dude? What do you look at?
You know what? I do a lot of crime. A lot of true crime.
A lot of crying?
Yeah, I do a lot of crime too, man. Believe me. No, but I do a lot of true crime. So I get a lot of those reels. I get a lot of sports reels.
Yeah.
Pool. I get a lot of pool reels. A lot.
Right.
So yeah, but I don't.
That's
it doesn't.
weird.
That doesn't come across unless, like I said, my brother-in-law decides to be dumb and send me something, and that's when I start getting them.
But I see him more on Facebook now. Because that's all the reels that pop up. That's all they are. And it's the same people, same person, and it's some lady that, I mean, they to be honest, it doesn't even look like they know what they're doing.
Well,
that's how I feel.
If that annoys you so much,
It does.
then don't go to a quince or a wedding, because that's exactly the damn dance that they're doing out there.
Oh, they're trying to be different, but they're all the same.
Yeah, they're finding their
Kinda
identity.
like the kids, like the kids are.
Yeah.
Back to the identity thing.
Dude, let me tell you what was so. I've gone to some quinces, and I see where they have their surprise dance. You know, the girl comes out with her group, and they do not just the ball dance that they do,
Right,
but then they have like a surprise, like they have some hip hop and they have some other stuff. You know, and they do different choreographed dances. So what's been popular as of late is, you know, they'll do some hip hop or some rap or something, and then they throw in one of these, what do you call it? They're not even cumbias anymore.
Chuteros? I don't
whatever
know.
they are, and they do that crap, right? And so I'm like, wow, like, okay, this isn't like unique anymore. It's everybody's doing it, right?
Yeah.
Well, then I go to one of their football pep rallies, one of the last pep rallies that they had.
Oh, no.
And what do they have? They have not the dance team and not the cheer squad, but it's actually a group of kids that is now their like a hype team.
Oh,
And they come out and that's the dance they're doing.
And that's
I'm
what they're
like,
doing?
are you serious.
But see, but you're you're seeing it too.
Oh yeah, I'm saying I'm not seeing it on my reels, but I'm seeing it.
So it's enough to get you to think like, what the fuck is going? Like, what is this?
I thought that same thing when I saw it at the King's Head. I'm like, what the heck is this?
The same haircuts, the same.
Yeah, all the Marbach cut haircuts, and then the same dance.
Don't talk about the West Side,
The
Louie.
same dance.
Don't be talking about my city, man.
That's my hood, man.
That's funny. Oh man, that's why I just wanted to get my quick shot out of the way because I've been holding on to it for a while. And yes, it's my fault. Okay, like if it pops up, what do? I fucking watch it. Yeah, it's like a fucking idiot. Like I hate it so much, but I'm just like it's like a train wreck.
That's why it keeps on popping up because you watch it.
My Louie's algorithms. Anyway, that's my quick shot, dude.
Crank, what you got?
I don't know, man, because it sounds more like a pet peeve. There was a guy. He said, "What's a pet peeve to you? That's not really. It's a pet peeve to you, but it's not really. I guess to somebody else. That's kind of like what that sounds like.
Well, here's the thing.
Like it's a pet
like
peeve.
It bothers me, but it don't bother you.
But here's the
certain
thing.
people, you know.
That's what a pet peeve is. It's your pet peeve. A pet peeve isn't something that is
everybody,
like a global thing
right.
or a group thing. A pet peeve is your thing. So tell that.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
so that makes a little sense.
So like, I guess if you go off that, you know, I'm getting tired of people saying "let's go" for everything, every damn thing.
You mean the yelling?
Let's go!
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck are you going?
Okay, so what
that's a Gen Z thing, isn't it?
No, it's
LeBron. It's LeBron's fault.
It's a Gen Z thing, yeah.
But yeah, it's a Gen Z thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see it a lot on message. I don't hear people actually say it.
No,
I hear
no,
it.
but I see it a lot on message where they'll put like FLG, like let's fucking go, right?
I don't see that.
Now, the one thing that I have heard a lot lately is here we go.
Oh,
that's what I've been hearing a lot.
We can't.
That's what I've been hearing a lot.
I just heard during the football season. That's it. I haven't heard it like somebody else using it.
I think
I hear it a lot now.
Well,
during the playoffs.
You're always at sporting events now. I mean, you're always at sporting events with the kids and stuff. That's probably why you hear it a lot, or where you hear it. You know,
I hear it a lot coming from the room.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, when they're playing video games, it was, let's go.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
You know, but I see. Speaking of videos and stuff like that, my algorithms are a lot of trivia, freaking.
Oh really?
A lot of trivia videos. You know,
not what I was expecting for your algorithm. Now.
Well, I don't know what happened to that part. They took them off or something.
Away.
Yeah, they blocked me, I guess, from seeing those. So I see a lot of trivia ones, and they'll get the answer right. Let's go!
Oh yeah.
Or they're playing games, and they make a shot, and let's go!
Yeah.
All right, man. Like every time you have to say it, dude. I mean, it's stupid.
I can remember being at a Spurs game, and they were playing the Heat. It wasn't the finals. Maybe it was the finals. I don't remember. But the guy was, first of all, he had a jersey on, tucked in to his pants. Bro, really? Who tucks a jersey into their pants, dude? Come on. So that told me a lot right off the bat. But he was standing up every single basket that Miami scored. Let's go! Let's go! Like, dude, okay. Like,
I haven't seen.
You're on. Like, well, this was years ago. This was like way back because I don't know. I think it came from LeBron, wasn't it? Don't you think?
I don't know where it came from, man. I just know that they say it for every little damn thing.
And I have a quick shot about LeBron too, but I'll talk about that later.
Yeah, believe me, I'll have a lot to say about that too,
you motherfucker.
So yeah, I haven't heard.
Oh, but they'll come out now.
Huh?
They'll come out now.
I know, right? Now that my phone's been listening, they're gonna
Google.
Yeah, thanks, Crank.
So you're gonna see tonight before you go to bed.
But I'll tell you, like I said, I hear the other one, and I think now maybe it's taking the place of that. Maybe people are wanting to say that, but now they're saying, here we go. They start doing that instead of the let's go part. Because maybe I just never paid attention, or it really never bothered me. But I see it on message a lot. I just don't see it.
It's kind of like when you buy a new car and now all of a sudden you start seeing all the cars you never seen it before.
Yes.
But you buy a new car and you're like, yes,
Exactly.
and now everybody's driving the same kind of car. Like, what the fuck?
You know what? That's true because
It is true,
like,
dude.
Like, you know, my son just got a new vehicle. Right? He just got a new truck, and now I see those all over the place, and I'm like, what the heck? I never noticed that before, but now I notice them. Yeah.
You're
That's
like,
true.
oh, you see like one Bronco, and then next thing you know, everybody has a fucking Bronco.
Or you know what?
Everybody
That too.
has
So when my vehicle was in the shop and I had, remember we talked about it the last episode where I had the vehicle that was pulling me back into the lane.
Yeah.
Well, it was a Bronco, and I never really paid attention to those. And then now I see them all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, I was using one of those.
Everybody has a Bronco.
Yeah.
Dude. Everybody's trying to get that OJ.
Yep.
The OJ feel.
Louie?
So I do have a quick shot, man. I don't know how or why these hotels seem to think that their liquor is like way more valuable than anywhere else. Okay. Granted, when you go to a bar, you go to a restaurant, you're already paying an upcharge on a drink, whether it be a beer that you buy for $8 that you can buy for $3.50 at the store, or it be a mixed drink that you get for $10 that you can, you know, buy a bottle for 20 something and make your own, right?
Mad dog.
But I'm like, okay, and I get that. I'm like, you're choosing to go there, but when I'm at a hotel, it's because I have to stay there for a reason. I'm there for a work, you know, event, or because I'm traveling. It's not because I want to go and frequent your bar, because you know that's what's there. So it's a convenience, right?
Yeah.
So I guess you're paying a convenience fee.
Yeah, it's like a corner store.
So I was at a
It's not like, hey, this hotel looks like it has a nice bar. Let me go hit it.
exactly. So
Let
you
me
know,
go drop up 300 in this motherfucker real
so
quick.
let me tell you. So I was at a work event yesterday, right? And it's at a resort, it's at a hotel, and so I'm there, and my clients start, you know, hey, can I get a drink? And can I get a drink? And I'm like, okay. I think I maybe bought 7-8 drinks. I don't know how many really it was.
No.
And in 5 minutes, because I was only there for 5 minutes, because I walked out, it was $127, right? And I'm like, what the heck? I hadn't looked at the itemized yet, but I'm like, all right. I'm like, well, I had an old fashioned, and I know like I can get those for $8 to $10 somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You should see where I saw them.
So then I go back in there a little later, and some clients again, another about 10 minutes, and this one's like $200 and something, and I'm like, what the hell so high, man? I finally pull up the itemized receipt. Old fashioned for $22. A vodka soda, so vodka with Sprite, $17. A freaking tequila Don Julio with orange juice, because this one guy's bougie, right?
Oh,
$18. And I'm like, what the hell? For an ounce of alcohol? You gotta be, come on, man. I said, you know what?
Well, how much for the orange juice and how much for the soda?
And those are free.
Are they? Obviously
Obviously
not.
not. $18 for an ounce of
I don't know, man. I was
Don
like,
Julio?
are you kidding me, bro? And it was just, you know, it was a little mind-boggling, man. And so then we end up having to go back over there with the clients, and I'm like, dude, I'm not opening the tab. Like, I'm not doing this.
So you're trying to hide.
And no, bro, my corporate people were real hesitant to want to, and I'm like, we have to, because there's other competitors here. They're doing it. So there we are, bro. And the next tab was $380.
Oh,
right?
fuck that.
And now that one, I was like, I told my corporate guy, bring your card, because you're paying for this one. I'm not doing this. You know, this is your stuff, man. But I'm like, are you serious? $22 for a drink?
Oh my god.
Can you say the name of the hotel? So we don't.
Yeah,
Go there.
It was the Hyatt.
Maybe like we'll never go there anyway. But yeah.
It was the Hyatt Resort right here on 151,
Oh, okay.
the Hill Country Resort,
All right.
and the bar is the only bar that's there. I think it's called like Charlie's something bar. I don't know. Dude, I was like, you're
Maybe they
kidding
should-
me, man. I'm like, I'm gonna grab a bottle when I have to go over there again, and I'm gonna have it in my room and just fucking
Get a little flask.
I got
make
a
my own
flask
drink,
right
man.
there. I got a flask right there if you want to take it.
You get a flask and just, can I have some orange juice?
Just get a water.
Can I just get a Sprite? No, that's all I want. Just Sprite.
exactly.
But well, speaking of fucking inflation, so I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. So this guy, I just read the article today. So he went to Five Guys, what is it, burgers, right?
Yeah.
Five Guys burgers, and it's Five Guys. I mean, come on. That should tell you automatically that it's not gonna. It's like you're going to Chili's, right? You go to Chili's, you pay $15 for a burger. You know that.
Yeah.
So you go to Five Guys, and this guy posted he got a drink and some fries and a burger, and it was like $24, almost $25, right? So he says, or he thinks that this is too much, and he posts his receipt online, and it was a shitstorm. Like, all these people are like, "Hey, what's going on? Why are they raising their prices?" and blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, you should know. You're going to Five Guys. It's gonna be expensive. $25, I don't know, but come on, you got the option. Go there, spend the money, or don't go there and go somewhere else.
What was it? Five Guys here in?
That is the problem. I don't remember where.
right.
It might have been here. It was on WOAI.
Okay, so let's do the math really quick. So let's say he got a cheeseburger. Okay,
Yeah.
$11.29.
One patty, two patties.
That's a regular burger.
Or one patty.
It's a regular cheeseburger, right? Let's say he got a bacon cheeseburger that was $12.69.
I think it was a bacon cheeseburger.
Okay, so
to be honest.
$12.69.
Yeah.
Okay, $12.69, and then you say he got fries, right? So let's say he got large fries.
Yeah, they were like $5.
$7.79 for large fries.
But I mean, I guess
Now that's $20 already right there.
Dude, yeah.
And then if he got a drink, then yeah, of course.
And then if he's eating, well, what? The drink's going to be the same price, because if you're eating there, you get refills.
yeah, a large drink is $3.29, so $24. Yeah.
I mean, but I guess to their credit or defense, when they're supposedly they overflow the fries that they're in the bag and stuff.
Oh yeah,
so they give you more.
I've been there.
You know,
and I see that.
I don't know, it's $7 worth, but
Well, I
they
mean,
do that.
and that's why I'm saying, like, you gotta see both sides. If you're going to Chili's, you know, even if it's three people, you're gonna spend $60-$70. 4 people, $100, easy, like that. I mean, because that's what we're used to. Or you can find something cheap, like they've got the burger thing for like $10.99. So you get a burger, you get a drink, and a side. So that's at Chili's. So like.
Well,
You've
yeah,
got
Chili's,
options.
you can do your 2 for $15 or whatever,
Yeah.
2 for 20.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
The three-quarters
Like,
for
meals,
25.
yeah.
he had options, even though he was by himself.
And that's what I'm saying. So first of all, you're gonna go get the most expensive burger. One, you're gonna get large fries. If you're for yourself, okay, then you're hungry, right?
Wow, yeah.
And not only that, you chose Five Guys.
Exactly.
And when you go, whether you order online, because I looked it up right now, and I'm trying to order online,
Yeah.
and it has the prices. Or if you show up to the freaking counter, it has prices. Were you not looking at it?
Right.
Are you not calculating what your?
Or you're not carry the one. So you had an option to stay there,
Yeah.
or to go down the street and go to a McDonald's, go to a Whataburger,
Literally
go to anywhere
anywhere
else
else.
that you could have gotten a meal for $13-$14.
Easy.
Right, and even at that, to me, sometimes I'm like, damn, that's a lot for.
And if you want to be not frugal, like what do you call it? Like if you're trying to, or not a cheapskate, but you know what I'm saying. Like if you want to be,
Pocket pincher.
yeah, kind of like okay, I don't want to spend that much. Then go somewhere else.
Then don't get cheese. No bigger bacon.
Or don't get a biggie fry
Yeah.
or an upgrade, or
Just get a plain burger,
Just
man.
yeah, and somebody even posted after that. They're like, "Well, I went to In-N-Out and got a double burger and fries and paid $10."
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
You have options.
You have options. So
I
like,
mean, and he's got to realize. I mean, inflation is ridiculous right now.
It is. It's horrible.
Believe me, I've gone and I'm thinking just me. Me and Sabrina just gonna go have something to eat, and I'm like, man, I'm paying $20-something when
Right.
golly,
Right.
I remember I used to get 2 meals for $16.
you could feed the family for
Exactly.
$25.
So I
Not
get
anymore.
it. I get it, but I realize too that when I'm going to go eat out, that's the risk that I'm taking.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Exactly.
spend money.
Exactly.
Unless you're getting, some pizzas from Little Caesars or from wherever.
Find a deal, shit.
Bro, exactly.
Find a
if
deal.
You're so money conscious, right?
What? Everybody should be money
Exactly, right?
conscious.
But if you are and you're
Still,
like, dude, this is ridiculous, then don't go there.
don't go, leave.
So
Say,
go to the store.
Cancel my order.
Go to the store, go get you some hamburger meat and go make it at home. Like,
Right.
I think that's the problem too, Ben. Is nobody likes to cook no more, dude.
Yeah. that's true.
Nobody eats at home.
Nobody wants to cook
And
no
it's
more.
true, and
so you
it's
can't
like-
be. You
Yeah.
can't be money conscious and then not want to cook at the same time.
Exactly.
You
It's
gotta
like,
pick one.
It's like going like, oh, we need to go get groceries. You go get groceries, and then you order something on the way
on the way
home.
back,
so, I remember growing up, right? It was like a treat
to go eat out.
or even pick something up and bring it home. It was a treat.
Yes.
And it wasn't during the week. It was every weekend. It was on the weekends only.
You go on a Friday or on a Saturday, and that was, or even on a Sunday. But you that would be your day to go out. Other than that, we ate at home every day. And now, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I probably eat out 3 times to 4 times a week. You know, I mean, granted, schedules are so busy. We got so much going on. Yeah. But still, it's like. And I see it, and I calculate it. I'm like, dude, that's a lot, man. Yeah, that's a lot.
It is. You don't realize how much it is. You don't realize how much it's gonna be. Like, I mean, you do, because like he said, you know you're going out. You know you're going to Chili's. You know, like we just went to BJ's the other day.
Hey.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Well, those are gonna be expensive all the time,
especially if it's a ZJ. Those are, if you don't know, big boy, you can't afford it. But you know. But yeah, it's true. Okay, you go to Chili's, you go to BJ's, you go to even Pluckers or even Bubba's. You can go there and you know you're going to spend money. Yeah. But you're already accepting that, right? You're already saying, okay, I already know I'm going to spend $100 easy. You already know how much it's going to be. Somebody that's by themselves, you know, you go into a restaurant and you're going to complain about spending $24 on yourself. Don't go there. Go somewhere else, dude. We just ordered pizzas from Papa John's yesterday. 2 pizzas for $22. So if you're that conscious, like, look for a deal, look for something. Even Peter Piper has 2 pizzas for $25. I mean, there you go. You could have had 2 pizzas instead of 1 burger and a fry, and then you're gonna complain about it.
And then, go ahead.
No, you go.
It's like I went to this place this past weekend, and I already knew that I already expected I was gonna spend a lot of money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they had a burger on their menu that was $28, dude. A burger. So I don't know what this dude's complaining about. 25. At least he got fries with his, man.
Everything was a la carte.
Yeah.
The burger was by itself.
When you go to Five Guys, that's how it is, right? Everything's a la carte.
Is it?
I think so. I don't think there's any meal.
They don't have combos?
I don't know if they have combos.
That's true, yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, that's probably right. That's probably true. But, I mean, come on, man. I mean, and it just came out this past week, if not the week before, and everybody was pissed off at Wendy's because apparently Wendy's was going to start doing what do you call it? Kind of like they do with, like, Uber, right? So, like, when it's, like, really, really busy with Uber, the price goes up. So that's what Wendy's was thinking of doing. So there was, like, a surge price, basically. So it was, like, surge pricing. So during different days, if it got really busy, their prices were going to go up. And that's what they were going to do. And people found out about it and were like, wait a minute, no, fuck this. So Wendy's was like, oh no, they stepped back and it was just something that came out and it wasn't supposed to come out of this and blah, blah, blah. And, so they stepped back and it's like, everything's already fucking expensive, dude. And now you're going to raise the prices because it's, 1 o'clock and it's really busy. I'm like, come on, man.
I heard that, but I don't think it was the one I heard was Wendy's. But I heard that too, that they were gonna raise prices during peak hours,
right? Peak times, yeah.
And then lower them again,
right?
When it's
and it's like and we know, like Louie said, like we know what we're gonna spend if we go somewhere. You're gonna spend this much money if you go to Whataburger. You're gonna. So yeah, we could do the same thing too, but everybody's got to eat, and if we decide we're gonna go out and eat, then we're just going to have to bite the bullet. We're just going to have to take it. I mean, I'm not going to fucking complain about $24 fucking dollars.
I just ordered 2 pizzas and crazy bread for $21.
That's what I said.
And then you say...
And that's because they give you a service fee for whatever reason, because they're making food, I guess. but I'm like, at $21, 2 pizzas, 2 large pizzas, and crazy bread. $21.
Yeah, that's what I told him. The Papa John's had a meal for yesterday. It was 2 toppings, 2 pizzas, $22.
Bro, you can have pizza and still have some the next day. 2 days, knock it out.
Maybe these places are starting to charge for labor, man. They just don't throw it in the friggin' receipt.
Well, I do see a lot of things that show service fee, this fee, and I'm like, like. Before it used to be whatever it was, and then the tax.
Unfit parent fee.
And unfit parent fee.
There you go.
we know you're gonna go home and deal with those crazy ass kids. So here's another fee.
Gonna charge your ass.
We're gonna charge you.
I mean, I know it's just it's off topic again, but like speaking of labor fees, like why am I paying you a labor fee if that's your job?
Right, for the business to be paying them.
Yeah, so why am I getting charged
it on you
for working on my car when that's their job?
Well, that's what Walmart does to us.
You know,
they're getting paid their normal fee, but we're the ones that has to do the labor. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying?
No, go
like
ahead.
we gotta bag our own shit.
Oh,
we gotta check our own shit.
The self-checkouts.
So they don't have to worry about paying them to do it because we're doing it.
Yeah.
Well, they're paying somebody to stand there and watch you,
Right?
and to stand there in case something they have to go. Oh, it shows you didn't bag this. Let me go and make sure, and then hit the button. Like, so they're still paying somebody. You're still paying.
Well,
shit.
yeah, but they don't have as many. There's fucking 20 self-checkout things compared to like the 10 they would have had. You know?
Or the only the 2 or 3 lanes that are actually open.
That's why I get pissed off when I'm not invited to their company parties. You know,
That's a good one. Yeah, you know what? You're damn right. Next time they have one, because I know people that work for like HEB, I'm gonna be like, hey, where's it at? Because I'm gonna show up because I'm working. I'm working.
You know?
I'm scanning and bagging my own shit. So I want to be
Exactly.
invited to the party. Matter of fact, I'm gonna message him. I'm gonna message him here in a little bit.
Go on there.
Let me
X.
know when the
Go to-
damn-
Does HEB have an X? We go on there and message them.
Right.
Hey, motherfucker, I need my invitation to the company party.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
That's
no.
good. That was good. That was good.
funny. That was funny.
I agree with that one though.
Yeah.
I agree with that one.
Leave it up to Kranky to get a ringer.
There's the little, what was it? What do you call them? Little,
Crankyism?
yeah, the crankyisms, man.
the new word.
So, I had this other question. So we're going. They're not off topic because it's a new topic, but as I just thought it was funny. So we had posted something about women. If women named their vaginas.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
We didn't get a good response on that, but it made me think. Do guys?
Do they name their?
name their Johnsons?
Well, I don't. You know what, man? I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty sure there are guys that do, right?
Like, wait, you know, a certain type of guy.
Yeah,
like,
there's certain type of guys.
The third person guys.
You know,
like, oh,
we can call them DBs, and they're not, and they're not defensive backs. All right.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
So we can call them DBs, man. Now I'll tell you this. I don't see why you'd have to when there's already so many damn names. You know, remember Varsity Blues? How many names did Moxie come up with? You know, I mean, there's so many names already for it. Why would you feel the need to have to name it yourself?
Austin Powers was another good one.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Just a little prick.
Wang.
Yeah, exactly. I don't. I mean, again,
I don't think-
I think you said it perfect. It's a certain type of guy.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna do that. Now, but do you put the women in that same category for the women that name theirs? Because I mean, honestly, I don't know, man. I've never heard a woman say that they have a name for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I did see Pitch Perfect where she says she refers to it as him.
It's just a him.
You know,
it's
you refer to it as him.
he's a hunter.
He's a hunter. You know, but as far as a name, I've never really.
I don't know if it's
But then, well, you got a response. What was the
Well,
response?
there was one response
There was
where
one.
she said she just called it her.
Did she say that?
Yeah, that's all she said. She just said that she called it her, but it's like, okay, well, her. Like,
Well,
her,
I thought it was the spouse or the spouse's, you know, responsibility to name it, not, you know, and then it just catches on with them.
Well, I just thought it was a curious question because it's like, you know, you don't hear, you hear about people naming their cars. Like when I had my Dodge, my black one, she was Black Sunshine. I named my car, but I don't know about naming my Wang.
Our wagon back in the day was Nelly.
Oh, she said my girl.
My girl. Okay, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
but that's not nothing like, you know, oh, la toxica.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't something outrageous.
So I have
like
a question.
Sherry or something.
I have a question. So what made you think of that though?
Did
you see something? Did you hear something? Was it something that? What triggered it?
I was wanting to
Or
get
you were
some.
just thinking about vagina?
I was thinking about I was thinking about wangs and kitties. No, I actually don't even know what I was thinking. I was like, I need to post something on the page.
I saw that. I was like,
I'm gonna post something on the page. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Let's see what kind of response we get.
So the question was, do women name their vaginas? That was the question.
I think it's because he's eager to have this show at the sex shop. And
At the sex
it was on his mind, you know.
I keep pushing for it, man. I know. We're trying to get this going, man. We want to have a nice sex shop show at the bottom drawer, located at I don't know the address. What's her name?
2112.
2112 Pleasanton Road is the bottom drawer adult store, which is located behind the HEB.
By Pleasanton and Military.
Pleasanton and Military. It's about 2 blocks up. I mean, it's just right behind the HEB. You can't miss it. It's called the bottom drawer. So we're trying to get a show over there. Maybe this was a good lead-in, dude.
There you go.
It was a good lead-in, because like.
Segue. It was a good segue.
It was a good segue, and I don't know what it was. I just I just need to put something on the page, so I posted that. And then earlier, when I was sitting there, I was like, well, what about Johnson's? Like, what if some guys still name their shit? Like, do guys really do that?
I don't think that's ever crossed my mind.
It doesn't mean that I was thinking about dicks, dude. That's just a question that I had.
Did Roger give me that question?
That's all right. On the DL, that DB.
Oh, that DB. And he wasn't much of a defensive back either, so you can just put that.
Oh my god!
You can just read into that one.
Well, me and Kranky didn't have that problem. We had some pretty good seasons.
Yes.
Oh man, what do you got? I did my quick shot already.
I think we all did our quick shots already.
Did we?
Yeah.
Do you guys have another one? I don't have another. The problem with mine, dude, and that's why I'm just getting old. Like, everything has to do. Oh, dude, I saw a rowdy wreck the other day. Dude, I dropped off the boys and I was going down Military, and this fucking car behind me. I don't know what they were doing, but they swerved. So they were basically like swerving because they couldn't get control of their car. So they were swerving across all 3 lanes. And then, you get that, you can sense that they really lost control because the car just jetted off to one side of the street. And at the very last moment, they caught it, and then they tried to turn back and boom, they just laid out, dude. They cut this telephone pole right in half, bro. Right in half. The whole bottom part was gone. And the wires were the only thing holding up the top part of it. I'm like, dude.
And where was this at?
It was on Military going towards Wal-Mart, right before the Bill Millers.
Dang.
So Bill Millers
By Roosevelt.
and on Roosevelt, by Roosevelt.
Yeah.
So it was Bill Millers and then the McDonald's. So right before at the Bill Miller side, if that, man, dude, and I was thinking 2-3 seconds later than where I was, that dude would have hit me. He would have fucking hit me, dude. He would have took me out. Like I would have been spinning out of control, dude. That's how bad it was. It was flying, man. Anyway.
So what else we got? Well,
that was my thing, man.
So I don't know, man.
I was talking about Johnson's, and all of a sudden y'all think I'm,
I thought you wanted to do names, man.
Yeah. So
alternative lifestyles.
So I guess we're off a quick shot because it's not a quick shot. I just think it's an annoying.
I know.
Annoying thing. Like, no. So, I shared with y'all that video of this one person saying about a crazy name, and the name, the way you pronounced the name was Noel.
Right.
Right.
Like
so
Santa.
Yeah. Right. So we have an idea of how to spell Noel. Right. We've all seen it. Noel. Mm-hmm. And I get how things, like, I've seen people spell names different, I guess, to be unique, right? And so instead of an I, they'll put a Y. Instead of an S, they'll put a Z. Like I've seen some crazy stuff, right? And it's like, it's not bad. But when you have somebody that says you pronounce it Noel, but you spell it KMNO, and then that's how another one that said MNOP, and you pronounce it Noel, and I was like. So then you get the whole idea, right? Okay, it's basically telling you there's no L in the name.
L.
Right? So that's why. So I get it. But, it led me to continue, and I started going through. So I saw the video on TikTok.
You're in a rabbit hole.
And I went to a rabbit hole, and I started going through the comments, and I started finding a whole bunch of other ones that are kind of crazy. Now, before I start sharing these, I've heard some crazy ones before, right? ABCDE.
Oh, everybody knows that one.
Everybody knows that one, right?
Knows that one.
That one was like one of the very first. We heard that one like back in middle school, I think.
Right. Yeah. ABCD, right?
True. ABCDE, yeah.
ABCDE or whatever. So, you've heard something like that. And then, of course, you have some other ones. And these are just things that make you think, why would their parents do this to their children?
What were
right?
they thinking?
Like,
kind of like sending up to the program.
Yeah. Are the kids? And my question would be to the kids now as they're growing up. Like, how do you feel about your name? But I remember going to one. So there was a church that I used to go to, and they would have like children's dedications, and they would bring them up, and they would say, hey, so what's your baby's name, right? And so I remember this one person was like, oh yeah, my baby's name is Alize. And I'm like, and the pastor of the church is like, wow, that's such a unique, pretty name. And I'm like, no, that's an alcohol. That's an alcohol, man.
That's what the parents were drinking when
that's what they were drinking when either they were conceived or,
That's why the baby's here.
So again, it led me to a rabbit hole and started looking for some other ones. So there was one that was called Forest. You pronounce it Forest. Forest, right? But you spell it SSSST. It's Forest, right? This was an HR person. It says, man, this one came across my desk. I'm like, golly, like, are you serious? I'm like, oh. So again, continue the rabbit hole, right? So this person had a history teacher, and his last name was Mr. Kill. His last name was Kill. So decides to name his son Road, RHODE.
Oh my God.
Roadkill.
Roadkill. Oh God.
I'm like, So another one. This guy's his last name was Cain, CAIN. So names his son Coe, COE.
Cocaine.
Hey, they don't get any better. I'm just letting you know.
Come on, man.
This one guy said he had a teacher. His name was Case, Mr. Case, CASE. And he named his son a common, regular name, Justin.
Just in case.
I mean,
come on. See, now I don't feel as bad naming my kid Boston.
Or Northwest.
Or even West or South or whatever the fuck they name that. Their kids over
So, there's another one. The lady pronounces her name Caitlin. But she spells it
with 8.
CVIIILYN. So the VIII is an 8 in Roman numerals.
Oh my God.
So Caitlin, okay? Again, they don't get any better, guys. They don't get any better. Let me see here. We already said ABCDE. I already said that one.
Oh my God.
Oh. This lady spells her name LA-A. So a hyphen, right? LA-A. And you pronounce it LaDasha. or Ladasha, however you want to say it, right? But that's how you.
These cannot be real, dude.
Bro,
They cannot be real.
I don't know,
Come
man.
on.
Like, how true are these, right?
Oh,
I mean, you know what?
shit,
I would say if we would start to Google these, I wouldn't
They're
doubt you
common
find some
fucking
because
names,
I'm
right?
serious. How you see some of these people, how they freaking like how they're thinking nowadays, right? This one guy says, "Yeah, man. My dad, had a company email asking him to welcome new employees, and the guy's name was Mr. Mallow, and his wife's name was Marsha."
Marshall.
This one other lady said she worked at a hospital with
Julia Gulia.
with a lady, yes, whose last name was Lance, and she named her daughter Amber.
Amber Lance.
See, I don't know if those are legit, but when you look at some of these college football players with names,
Oh my goodness!
now you know these are legit, man.
Yes, and you know what? They were highlighting a few of those
Yeah.
on ESPN. Just recently.
Like they got the top 10 right here, with one being number 10 being Major Burns. Tiger Shanks.
Oh my!
Tiger Shake.
This guy's mobility.
Mobile.
So his real name is Muhammad,
Okay.
but he goes by Mo,
Mo.
and his last name is Bility.
Mobility. Oh.
Bility. Fish McWilliams. The Realist Clark.
The realist.
The Realist. Fat Watts. PH. That's his name. Fat Watts, dude. Rowdy Beers.
Rowdy Beer. You were throwing down Rowdy Beers,
He plays
bro.
with Florida. FIU. Florida what? International.
Florida International.
yeah.
Florida International. FIU. This guy from Alabama, Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Sugar water.
Parker Titsworth.
Oh my goodness!
That's his last name, though. That's his last name, Titsworth. And he plays for Ohio. Not Ohio State.
Oh, not
Ohio,
the
like
Ohio University.
Ohio University.
Yeah.
And then the number one is the one from Oklahoma, General Booty.
Generally.
That one's real. I seen that
And that's
dude,
a white
man.
dude, right?
He's a quarterback.
Yeah,
white
quarterback,
dude.
yes.
General Booty.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, there was a couple other ones. Wasn't there? It was a basketball one too that was kind of crazy. There was
Those were all football. So
Yeah.
I'm
So-
pretty sure the basketball ones are probably.
But I sent y'all that story, right? About the Key and Peele, how they came up
Yes,
with
yeah.
So, the Brickishaw
The Brickishaw
Ferguson.
Ferguson.
Like, what?
Ha Clinton Dix.
It's funny hearing Troy Aikman say that. So they got Clinton Dix over there in the backfield, knocking down the pass. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't even think a lot of people don't even use his first name anymore.
What do they call him?
Haha, they just call him Clinton Dix.
What is his first name, anyways?
Haha.
Haha.
Like his real first name. I think he has an actual real first
Do you
name.
think so?
Yeah.
Well, let's
Well,
check it out.
check
Let's check it
get-
out.
Like the Brickishaw, that's his real first name.
The Brickishaw Ferguson.
So his name is Hassan
There, I told you.
Trishan. So they call him Haha Clinton Dix.
Yeah.
Trishan.
Hassan Trishan.
It's like CD Lamb. Like his real name is it's supposed to be his initial C and D. I think,
Yes.
but they just say CD like CEEDE.
Man, look.
Yeah, his
Talking
name is Cedarian
Yeah.
De Leon Lamb.
De Leon.
We got some
Yeah,
Mexican
Cedarian.
on
So
Mexican in
CD.
there.
All right. We got some.
Got to start cumbia, you know.
Yeah, I got my little
Here's the-
chica.
Oh man.
Chutaro. Speaking of CD Lamb, I this is just a what do you call it? This is
Observation or
Just, yeah, an observation. As much as I hate the Cowboys,
Who are you,
know,
Isaac Newton?
no, that's that's the theory of Robert. No, that's Albert Einstein. Never mind. No, just an observation about him. Like, I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I had if there's one dude or there's one person that I would have to say watch that dude.
Yeah.
Is CD Lamb.
Yeah.
Because of the way he gets open, man. And that's the problem with a lot of the receivers is that they don't get open. And that dude finds it like boom. And
Well, he didn't get open the first half of the Green Bay game.
And was throwing a tantrum on the sideline.
What was up with that though? Was it that with him and
He didn't throw him the ball when he was
Dak
open, and he was upset. And
They were following the script. The script said, you know, he didn't see page 2 of the script. They read the script, and CD Lamb cannot get open, you know, until the second half.
I think he had the catch like at the end of the second quarter.
Yes.
And then he kind of came alive.
So how does that happen? Now I'm starting to think Kranky's right, because like how does that happen when you have a superstar like CeeDee Lamb who doesn't catch a pass for a whole half?
For a whole half. How is
that possible?
Who led the league
in receptions?
Yeah,
Like
receptions and almost yards.
And it was like,
yards.
when you watch the game, it's like every time Prescott was going to throw the ball, you assumed it was going to him.
Yeah.
And how does that happen? How does he not get open for a whole half? Come on.
Well, I guess CD didn't get the script because he was really mad.
He was
really mad.
He got the wrong script.
I think Dak went over there to him and said, hey, you didn't get the second page? Relax, man.
You didn't look on the back.
You didn't get the ball the second half. Like, calm down.
We're supposed to be down 28-0.
Hey, man.
I just wanted to bring that up to make y'all pissed off.
I know, man. Why are you opening wounds, bro? God.
But speaking of scripts, it's not only in football; it's in basketball too. I'm assuming because I do a lot of little sports betting on my apps, right? Where you do the over under.
Oh.
You know.
So you can do that?
Yeah.
Well, you're
what
talking about your Steph.
Yes.
Steph.
Oh, you said that.
Steph was predicted his projection was 14 points, over under 14 points. Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Over under 14
Who averages
points.
20-something points a game.
Hey, over, man. Let's go. He's going to get it.
Easy.
Scored 4 points in the first half because they were down 50 points at halftime. Steve Kerr didn't play him the whole second half, dude.
He put in all the scrubs and then...
Oh, yeah. I heard about
Come
that.
on, man. I mean, start him in the third quarter to see if, you know...
Maybe Steve Kerr had the under.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe he had the under.
Yeah.
He saw the perfect opportunity. He was like, you know what?
Maybe even Curry had the under on himself.
He did throw some bricks.
You know?
Dude, speaking of betting, dude, you know that those guys, come on. You know that those guys have to put bets somewhere.
Yeah. You know
Some
what?
way, somehow.
You would
Right?
think that they're smart enough and not stupid like some of these idiots that got caught. That they're smart enough to say, "Hey, go put a bet for me." You know,
Not like the guy from LSU that uses his name and everything.
Like $100,000 to $200,000.
or what's the name?
I heard
Or
about
like what's
that.
the name? The dude that was with the Falcons. What was his name?
Oh, Ridley?
Calvin dude.
Ridley?
I heard about that.
So
I'm like,
I mean, but since we're already getting into basketball, I want to hear what your LeBron takes is.
oh, my LeBron quick shot, actually. So, I mean,
Because I have some stuff to say about him.
I've heard a lot of people, you know, and they just kind of, you know, do you compare him to Michael Jordan? Do you not compare him? You're talking about eras, different eras. You know, there was meaner when Jordan was playing, and who gives a shit? If it was meaner, he was still playing the way he was playing, right?
Yeah.
So you can't say that. Well, because it was fucking harder for him to do what he did.
Yeah.
In this fucking league, you see that foul he got called for the
Oh,
other
yeah, but
day
they
when
didn't
they
even
hit him
touch
on
his
the
head.
head,
Yeah,
and he
they
was
didn't
on
even
the
touch him.
floor, and he called the ambulance and all this stuff, and I'm like, the fucking wambulance, dude.
Yeah.
Like really? So at this point of his career, it's not even about championships. It's more about what can I break. What can I reach that somebody
Stats.
else is not right?
Yeah.
Stats.
Well, yeah,
About
because you know why?
stats.
Because he's trying to solidify himself as the
He
GOAT.
just wants to
right?
be on top, but that's not what makes him the GOAT.
Exactly.
That doesn't
you're right.
mean that he is the greatest basketball player ever.
You know, when you see a lot of the older guys talking about how when MJ was there, you when you hear Detroit talk about what the script was for the NBA.
Now that was a script.
Yeah, they were like
That
the
was a
NBA
script.
had it scripted. He was going to be the next star. It was Magic, it was Larry, and then it was going to be Jordan, right?
Yeah.
And Detroit decided we're going to put a stop to that script and we're going to punish him, and they did for that series where he loses to Detroit in the playoffs and they beat him up.
Yeah, bad.
But like a champion that he is, what did he do? He went in the offseason and he worked out and built muscle because he knew that he was going to take punishment going into the next season. And what did he do, dude? He's just freaking soared above everybody else. My thing is, LeBron has always been a freaking specimen since he was in high school. He's always been 6-something. He's always been 200-something pounds. He's always been bigger than everybody else.
Right.
So, of course, go straight to the NBA, right? Comes in, and he's not like... If you saw Giannis when he came in, he looked like Wemby right now. And then now you see him, he's stacked, right?
Yeah.
So when you're looking at Wemby and the things that he's doing right now, imagine when they get a nutritionist with him, when they put him in the gym and he starts building muscle, imagine the stuff that he can do, right? And that's why even LeBron has said, dude, this dude there's no limit for him. He can do so many things if he gets the right people around him, right? LeBron, dude, literally, I was looking at video after video, and that's another thing that was on my algorithm. Crap about him, where they kept talking about like, Louie's dude, he doesn't call timeouts. They don't call timeouts. They complained about something and they used that to get their rest. It took him 3. He got fouled, quote unquote, right? Got fouled.
Air quotes
on his nose. When you look at the replay, he never gets hit in the nose. But yet he's standing there holding his nose and then says, "Hold on," goes to the bench to go get some tissue to put in his nose, and comes back and keeps messing with his nose. Took all that time, 3 minutes.
3 minutes
before he started shooting the free throw, and there was no timeout.
God.
So here's what I say that the NBA should do about this. Why don't they do it like what happens with football? If there's an injury,
he needs to come out.
You force a timeout. You force a timeout, especially when it's towards the end. Like if it's in the last 4 minutes of the game, he got injured. That's a timeout.
No, it's not only that. No, in football, it's only timeout with
the last 2 minutes.
In the last 2 minutes.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying basketball because the way the clock runs.
They have to come out for a play.
Well, they have to. If they get hurt, they have to come out.
Not even if they get hurt.
But that stops the momentum of the game.
If the trainers go out into the thing,
they have to come out for a play.
Right.
So
even if they call timeout.
Or they would have to call timeout for them to come back in.
Yes.
Yeah. So they should do that in the NBA.
Then that makes sense. Then
force them to call a timeout or to get out for a play or for a series where
until the next
timeout.
But you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna call a little ticky tack foul just to come back in.
Right. Oh yeah, or they're gonna go and push somebody real quick, which is fine. But let them get a team foul now.
Yeah, because either now it's gonna be a team foul,
you know what I mean,
or a timeout. Yeah.
So and you see all these, and then I was looking at one, and I think I sent it to y'all. This dude literally took 6 steps.
That's all that
spun, took 2 steps, took another 2 steps, goes up, and then turns around and complains that they didn't call a foul. And I'm like, well, they didn't call traveling either. So which one did you want?
Kind of balances out.
Yeah, man.
Balance out
that dude has. When you see the reels of when they're showing different basketball players that are traveling, 3 steps here, 4 steps sometimes.
Yep.
He comes out on a lot of those. Because he's literally always shuffling his feet.
Yeah.
And it's a pivot. But yeah, you can pivot one time, but you can't pivot the other foot too. Like, I don't know, man. They let him get away with so much stuff, bro.
Well, we all, I don't know, man. Okay, whatever he's done for the NBA, okay, cool, fine.
Well, according to Durant, he messed up the All-Star game.
Was it Durant or was it?
I think it was Durant that said it.
It was somebody. I know somebody else had said it too. Oh no, it was Garnett. Garnett said it too.
That he's the one that made it.
Made the All-Star game the way it is.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Well, you have to believe those dudes because they played.
They played in it.
Garnett, Duncan, all those dudes played in the dude. They fucking
and
fouled you.
They were fouling.
If you were gonna get fouled, you were gonna fucking foul you.
Garnett. I think I sent y'all down where Garnett said when he played with the old dogs back in the day, after with Gary Payton and all the old dogs, and they would play the first half for the fans. And then at halftime, Gary Payton, okay, the fans got their show.
Yeah.
Now this is for the money.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that's when they would go out and freaking play D up and
see and that's
and they don't do that now, dude.
I'm curious to know then what because before I guess it used to be a bigger purse if you won or you lost.
Yeah, I guess there's not a purse now.
Maybe? Or is it now all the same?
Or is it now all the same? Everybody just gets the same one lump sum.
Yeah, and that's probably has to do with their player. What do you call it? The
incentives.
The player. You know, they have
Union.
The
yeah,
union.
The union.
So they probably fought to get, okay, well, everybody's going to get this much regardless of
who
whoever
wins
you
or
are.
loses.
You're just going to get this much. But there's nothing to play for then.
No.
There's not like, okay, and it's going to be
It's the
400 points, dude.
It's the same thing with the same thing happened with the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's what that was my next question. Is it going to be to where eventually there's not going to be any All-Star games, and the highlight of the weekend for All-Star weekend would be the home run derby, or the celebrity game,
I mean, you think about
or
it.
the skills challenge, like things like that. Like, because what are All-Star games for? Are they for the fans? I mean, if I would have been sitting in that gym or that arena watching that All-Star game, I would have left at halftime.
So I mean, the All-Star game is a fan voting.
Course, yeah.
You know, fans vote in the players, so fans vote in who they want to see.
Well, no. Isn't it different for the NBA now? Because now don't certain people have a vote besides the fans?
I think it's like 50% fans and 50%. You know,
the coach or whoever.
Else.
All right, so here's what I don't. So I'm reading on this, and they increased the amount back last year, where it used to be 50,000 for the winner and 25,000 for the loser. Okay, and they upped it up to 100,000, but it's still for the winner, and the loser only gets 25,000. So to me, you would think, well, I want the $100,000. That's another $75,000. Are you not gonna play for it? I mean, everybody out there joking around. I mean, I guess to them it doesn't, because their salaries are so high now. They don't care.
Everybody in the All-Star game, the NBA are all max deals, man. Max deals.
For the most
dude.
part, yeah.
For the most part,
Because
they're making over
the
40
fans
million.
are the ones that vote them in.
Yes,
100 million,
40,
200 million.
They're getting paid like $40 million a year.
Dude, man,
40 million a
that's
year.
just crazy,
dude.
man.
You know,
that's fucking crazy.
and
Like who-
I guess
like
to them
who's
100,000 is like, nah, it's only $1. I'm not gonna.
Well,
That's a bit.
Yeah,
but it's like
I mean,
it's almost kind of like I don't know, maybe these guys have families, maybe they don't have families, but like is $25,000 even worth going to the All-Star game? Like for what? I could go and I could take 5 days and rest or be with my family or just fucking go party and not have to worry about this shit, right? So it's like, what are you playing for? Like,
So
you're
that's
just
why-
being just showing up. You know?
Exactly. So that's why I would think that you would want to play hard to win, so that way you get the extra 75,000, right? But I don't know, man. It's just become a joke, and I don't see anybody trying anything except throwing half court shots and half court alley oops and
four-point
or
baskets.
open dunks.
or open dunks.
Open dunks.
And not open, but it's the people just watching you walk through the. They're standing there in the lane, but they're gonna watch you just walk past him and dunk
And not
the
only
ball.
that, and they're doing like trick dunks. Well, that's what the dunk contest is for, man.
Right.
Join
We
the
saw
dunk
that-
contest,
we saw that
dude.
on Saturday.
You
Why do we
know?
have to see it
And I'm
again?
sick and tired of somebody having to jump over somebody just to get a 50. That's not impressive no more, man.
There's only so much you can do because there's only so long somebody can hang in the air, dude.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you see the people now. They're stronger, faster, and they jump higher. I mean, you would
But
think
those
they
guys
come up with
don't-
more creative things.
Those
know.
guys don't play in the NBA. Those are
They don't.
YouTubers.
That's true.
Yes.
Those are YouTubers,
They're
man.
YouTubers, man.
They're not in the
I would rather
NBA.
see them dunked in.
Because I mean, think about way back, I talked about this earlier in another episode. How exciting was it when the fucking Saturday All-Star weekends? We couldn't wait to go watch that fucking game. We couldn't wait to see the 3-point shootout. We couldn't wait to see the slam dunk competition because we didn't know what we were gonna see. And now we've seen everything. So like now what? They've jumped over cars. They've jumped over people. What else? They use mascots. Like, I mean, what
What else is there
what
to
else
jump
can
over?
you do? Like, I mean, the NFL already went to their thing. It's flag football. It's just it's really for the fans. It's like, oh, big deal. Like, basketball's gonna go the same way. Like, why is this? It's not a big hoopla anymore. Because like, I don't want to see 400 points scored in an All-Star game.
Maybe they gotta start doing the All-Star games. Not like the NFL. I think is the only one that's not like fan.
They do it at the end. Oh
fan
no,
fan voting, right? I want to say that the NFL.
the writers. I think the writers vote for that, don't they?
But the All-Star game is supposed to be like the best player in the season. the best, putting
for
up,
each team.
for
or
each
whatever.
team.
Right.
You know, it's not supposed to be who you want to see. If you put somebody like, 'cause that's why they always say, oh well, they got snubbed. You know, because
Right.
they're playing way better than this person, but this person in the All-Star game, but this person's not.
Right.
You know, why don't you put this guy that's supposed to be in that's not snubbed to play? Maybe he'll play for that extra
Right.
$100,000.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because he's only getting a $3 million a year contract. You know?
$100,000 is a lot of money, man.
Yeah, to him it might be a lot of money, so maybe he'll play his heart out in the All-Star
Yeah.
game.
No, man. Maybe they should consider moving it to the end, like the way the NFL does it.
I mean, the NFL does it
right before the final starts. Have a NBA All-Star weekend, and everybody that's not in the finals can go and fuck around. And
that's
you know.
that's where the NFL messed up too, because the Pro Bowl would always be after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know?
You're
Yeah.
right.
And now it's not after the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
no,
It's
the week before.
It's the week
Super Bowl.
before.
What and I get why they did it, but I'm like, it was always something to look forward to. And you had players that if they had been in the playoffs or they were in the Super Bowl, they would still go
Right, because it was
right?
after the Super Bowl.
And
right.
now, if they've been voted to the Pro Bowl, which if you're on a Super Bowl team, you're gonna have a couple guys at least, right?
Right.
And they're not gonna be
They're
there
not
now.
gonna go, right.
But I see what they did because they didn't want a layoff between the last playoff game and the Super Bowl because there's 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So they wanted to
put
fill it.
something in between it. Yeah.
Honestly, what I would have done was all those skill challenges that they're doing, do that weekend, have the Super Bowl, and then do the Pro Bowl the week after.
Yeah. And then move it back to Hawaii like the way I think they tore that stadium down.
Have they?
I think they did. They tore that.
Or did it burn
Well, that
down when
was-
they
No,
had
no.
Because I think Oprah had something to do with that. I don't know.
Oprah. Conspiracy theorists.
And you know, and if they move the Pro Bowl back to the last game of the season, like the way it used to be, then you could go back to contact, because if you get hurt, you don't got a game to look forward to the next week.
You're done.
You're done for the next until September, so you can recover. You got a lot of time to recover.
And even at that, even when it was contact, towards the end, they were still kind of like, just...
Yeah,
Because like they
yes.
don't, you can't rush the quarterback.
No, you can't blitz. You can't
They
blitz.
can't blitz.
Yeah.
You know, they made it easier. You know, just you're basically man up. You know, manning up with somebody.
So did Sean Taylor mess up the Pro Bowl or what?
I guess so, man, because that dude laid out that punter, man. I mean, if that's going to be the case, might as well just have them play a Madden tournament. One side versus the other, man.
Fuck that, a Tecmo Bowl tournament like we used to do in the old days. Man. Everybody got their team.
Maybe Bo Jackson.
Oh my God, yeah. If you were in Los Angeles, you were fucked because you knew you were gonna beat Bo Jackson.
Nope.
I've been seeing some TikToks about Bo Jackson coming out.
I had to.
God damn, dude.
The athlete that he was.
That
And
motherfucker was, dude, that flat-footed
throw from right
throw
field to third.
from right, and,
Yes.
and got that dude. Didn't even wind up,
Dude.
didn't crow hop, flat.
And he let him know after.
And
He
he
said,
fucking-
you don't run on me. Yeah, dude, that dude was a beast, man. That dude was a beast. That hip injury.
How much would he have changed the game?
Dude.
When you look at all these guys, like how much would they have changed the game if he would have kept going?
Yeah.
Like they talk
I
about,
don't know. I mean, would he have
Continue
playing both? Like Deion stopped playing baseball once he joined the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
He went back after he left the Cowboys. That's when he went back to Cincinnati.
Yeah, to Cincinnati.
oh yeah,
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the stipulations in the contract
With Jerry. Yep.
that he couldn't play baseball.
Fucking Jerry.
You know,
We
Yep.
missed out on having Dion in baseball because fucking Jerry.
I mean, Deion wasn't a great baseball player. I mean, he was a 300 hitter when he had a chance to hit, and he was fast in the outfield. But it's not like he had a cannon. It's not like
I'd much rather have seen him play football. I think.
Yeah, I mean, he was.
instead of play
Honestly,
baseball.
I used to like to see him, on the base path, Deion, because he was fast, and
yeah.
but he still wasn't no Ricky Henderson,
No. I had that
and obviously
story.
neither was. Who was it? Was that Tim Raines or who?
Harold
Oh,
Reynolds.
Harold Reynolds. Neither was Harold Reynolds.
47 in the season.
Ricky would have had 60 at the break. Click. Because he always talked to the third person. Henderson here.
I believe it too, man. Ricky Henderson was a cocky motherfucker.
Dude, and he was out there, bro. Like his mind was gone. He was gone.
Man, I know we went off on a sports tangent here, but like we always say,
Hey.
we could talk sports for 5 hours if we had the chance.
Hey, we haven't done this in a while, so
but,
take it.
But think about, man, all the stolen bases and like you don't see that shit no more. Nobody even it's like a big thing if somebody gets 30.
Well, we started. Who was it? Was it Acuna that had 40?
Or 30 or 40.
Yeah,
Right. I think he was the 40. Was it 40-40 or
40-40.
40-40?
40 home runs,
Or
40
30, I don't
stolen
know.
bases.
40 stolen bases,
Yeah.
40 home runs.
But now they made the bases bigger. So, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Come on, you know. No, but I'm saying like they made the bases bigger now, so it's easier for somebody to get to the base faster, right? Or they have more.
I mean,
you know,
it's,
if
not
they
like
steal a base.
it's not like it's this big. It's maybe like a couple
It's like
inches.
your Johnson big,
Yeah.
like that big, like your Wang.
not like Dakota?
No, what I'm saying, but no, my point is, you don't see people with 30.
Well, you don't see,
stolen
but
bases,
you don't see
40
them play
stolen
small ball
bases.
either anymore.
Yeah,
Why don't you
just wanna
butt
stay at
somebody
home.
over to get somebody in scoring position? You don't even see that a lot anymore.
Or college, like, dude.
Everybody just wants to hit home runs now.
That's all they matter. Like,
Chicks love the long ball.
I see all these people posting, you know, their videos from the games and, you know, high school or whatever. And man, if the guy that used to teach us how to hit saw how these kids were batting,
Oh man,
dude, it's not. I mean, God, it's bad. It's bad because it's simple stuff, like you get the ball to the bat. They get the bat to the ball, like quick. And I see these guys, and they're all swinging up, and they're all swinging up, and they're all swinging up. I'm
that's
like,
the launch angle.
That's the way. Yeah, it's the launch angle. That's the way they're taught now. Man.
Yeah.
right, and it's a different way of the way they're teaching these kids how to bat, and I'm like, bro, you could make it so much simple.
It's the Chris Bryant, the launch angle.
Fuck that launch angle, man.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Should everybody start emulating Shohei? Because all the Japanese players all pretty much swing the same, whether it's right-handed or left-handed.
Yeah.
And apparently they all hit home runs. So
Well, not the guy from Boston. He doesn't hit any home runs. Dude, it's gonna be a tough season for Boston. I don't know.
it's gonna be a tough season for everybody, man. We won't see until May what people are really made
What
of.
do you guys go? What do you guys got?
I don't know, man. But I'm just.
Are you pulling the major league?
I'm-
Who the fuck
I'm-
are these guys?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm just like the Dodgers are messing up baseball now, dude.
Oh yeah, they're doing what
okay.
they're doing what
The Yankees used to do.
But the Yankees wouldn't do this. I don't think the Yankees were this bad, man.
But you saw that TikTok I sent a long time ago on how they're doing it.
Yeah.
And because they're finding back ways.
Oh, yeah.
They're basically saying, "Oh, we're gonna owe you this money."
Well, what Shohei, what he did on this contract.
Yeah.
What he said is, "Oh, only pay me $2 million out of my $700 million.
Right.
Pay me $2 million, and then in 10 years you can start paying me
Right.
out."
When I'm retired. When I'm
This is-
retired,
yeah,
then I'll start
Then I'll start
kinda
collecting my money.
The
Collecting my
Bobby
money.
Bonilla thing, right?
Yeah,
Because they're
exactly.
still paying that dude
Yeah.
$1 million a year till what? Till next year, isn't
But
it?
is that what everybody? I mean, is that what it's gonna come down to? Everybody's gonna want to just sign for like 3 million, like 800 million, but I'll just pay for 3 million this year.
Because then
You know.
that goes back to what are you playing for?
Yeah.
Well,
Like if
obviously-
you're
obviously-
really getting that money,
obviously he wants a championship because the Angels could have given him that, and he didn't want to stay there because they suck.
And what makes you think he's gonna win a championship in LA? They've
Well-
only won one in what? How many years?
Yeah, but they were in the NLCS for how many times too?
Yeah, but
during that time.
exactly. But they only won one. Coincidentally, the same year that the Lakers won their championship, which was COVID year.
So it was scripted.
It had to be.
scripted. The fix is in,
You know?
bro. The fix is in.
That was the year the Rams went to.
It was the year after.
Oh, the year after.
It was the year
Oh.
after, man. I
See?
think the year. No, it was okay. 2020. The 2020 Super Bowl was the rematch of this year.
Oh, okay.
Kansas City. I think the next year, the 2021 was Tampa Bay and Kansas City.
Okay.
I think that's when Brady won his.
That was the last one.
You know. But yes, I mean, it's just, you know, I mean, what coincidence that both LA teams win, you know,
Yeah.
All I know is that I just don't want the trash throws to be there again.
It's just like when both Boston teams won their championships during the bombing.
Yeah.
Just saying, man.
Hey, man.
That is true, though.
This is our fucking
strong.
city. This is our fucking city.
Exactly. You know, they won and the Patriots win. I don't know.
Big Papi.
It's too bad the Celtics weren't that good. They
Yeah.
probably would have won too.
Yep.
You guys and your conspiracy theories, man.
Is it conspiracy or coincidence?
You sure don't believe in Bigfoot, but you believe in conspiracy theories. Let me tell you
more
that
believable
shit.
than Bigfoot, man. This is happening before our eyes. Bigfoot isn't.
I had a conversation with my family about that not long ago. It was actually kind of right after my mom passed away, and we were all together, and they were asking me about it. They were like, "Well, tell us your story," and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't have a problem telling the story. The problem is, are you going to believe it?"
Yeah.
And of course, you know, they're all like, "I don't believe it," because they thought it was that night, and I told them, I was like, "It wasn't at night. It was during the day." So they're like, well, what do you mean it was during the day? I'm like, it was during the day. He's like, I saw the motherfucker was standing right in the middle of the road. I don't know what to tell you. That's what I saw, man. So there you go. But you believe in conspiracy theories.
It's
but
not
you
a conspiracy. It's a coincidence. It's a coincidence, not a conspiracy theory.
That's a coincidence that I saw the Bigfoot standing in the...
That's a conspiracy.
That's a conspiracy.
That's not a conspiracy.
That's a figment of your imagination.
Was he knocking back some of Grandpa's old cough
Cough medicine?
for you?
No, I was not. I was peyote.
Golly.
Oh my God! Well, we're all sportsed out, dude. Man, we're gonna just have to have a sports show.
I think we just did.
I think we covered all the sports.
Yeah,
didn't we?
it was about
we covered
40
baseball, basketball, and football.
45 minutes of sports. On that,
That's why when people say all four major sports, I say it's only three. I don't remember hockey.
Is it women's soccer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Cornhole? Billiards? Because I don't know, man.
Cornhole is probably more popular than hockey, man, these days, dude.
Darts is more popular than hockey.
I see cornhole on TV more than I see hockey.
Right. No, I see.
hockey.
What is it? Tag. What is it?
Tag.
I see that on ESPN more than I do hockey.
Or the other one I saw the other day was it's freaking, I forgot what it's called, man. But it's a combination of lacrosse and golf.
Lacrosse and golf.
It's fling golf. That's what it's called. Fling golf. I saw that on TV the other day, dude.
So not like the frisbee and golf.
No, not that's disc golf. Yeah, not like that. This is fling golf. So the clubs have the pocket
Like the lacrosse.
like a lacrosse thing,
Then you
And
fling
you throw
it.
it.
and that's how you tee off. You put the ball in there and
So you like launch it.
You launch it.
So that's like your
drive
or whatever.
Yes.
Oh,
And they're not very good at it because all their scores were over.
Well,
Were in
you-
the positives.
Well, I went curling this past week.
the most whitest shit
Bro,
you could even
I
think
literally
of,
said the
dude.
same thing. I said, "Why are we doing this,
This is
man?" But I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I got there, it was actually pretty fun. After you start, getting competitive and trying to score and knocking
Just like,
people,
up.
But I was like, "This is some white stuff, man." I don't know.
Yeah, you were like, well, I'm in Austin. Can you guess what I'm doing? Fuck, I don't know. On 6th Street? Like, we couldn't think of it. We're all like, I went curling. What the fuck? Curling? Like ice? Yeah, I couldn't believe it either.
So what if
And it
you're-
was on ice.
well, if you're at a bachelor party, I know you're not at the strip club.
Can you believe it? I was at Five Guys spending $24 on a burger. Man, fuck that guy, man. I don't know if that was here in San Antonio or not, but I mean,
I see posts of Five Guys a lot, and
do you?
No, I mean, yeah. Zing.
There was a $25. $25.
At the restaurant, the burgers. And I see they're expensive, That's why, that's not.
No, man. We already. I mean, come on. Don't go there. Plain and simple. Don't go there if you don't want to spend $25 on a burger. Saying pretty simple. Go to Papa John, download the app, and download the Whataburger app so you can get some points and you can get a free meal.
Rewards.
You
Yeah,
get free meal.
rewards.
You get rewards. You get a free meal. Stop complaining.
Or cook. Learn how to cook.
Nobody cooks
Yeah,
anymore. bro.
YouTube.
Nobody cooks.
YouTube cooking. That's all you gotta do. And you cook. That's another one. Everybody wants to say, let's cook, but they don't really want to cook.
Or let them cook.
Yeah, let them cook.
That's the saying.
I'm cooking, but then they're not cooking. They're freaking, what is that? What does that word mean for these kids nowadays?
Let them cook.
Cooking, yes.
Let them cook is like let them do their thing. Let them
cook.
Let them cook, man.
Yeah, let them cook, but then they don't really want to cook though. Like literally, like our cook. They want to cook. Gen Z cook.
They want to drink like green grass, mocha, chocolacas, frappuccinos, or whatever they're called. Wear their ripped jeans.
There was I saw a video the other day where this guy was posting about Mad Dog MD 2020.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that one.
No, I didn't see it.
And they're like, whoa, this stuff and this and that. I'm like, drink that back in the 90s. It's not as strong as it was back then, man.
Is it?
No, dude.
It's not.
It's weaker, man.
Really?
Can you remember when all we used to drink, and I'm sure we all did at one point, Boone's Farm?
Yes.
That's all we would drink, dude. We didn't even drink beer at that point. It was just
It was at an
Boone's
MD?
Farm.
And which one?
NMD. Strawberry Fields?
Strawberry Hill.
Strawberry Hill. There
Strawberry
you go.
Hill, MD. Because MD back then, had a bad like
Aftertaste.
liquor aftertaste.
Yeah.
Like you could taste the liquor and when you like after you
The
swallow
alcohol in that thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, if their aftertaste, it's the fruity aftertaste of what the flavor it is. That's the aftertaste you get now. Back then, it was a combination of that plus the liquor, and man, you would drink like half and you were already gone. Just half a bottle, dude. This one,
I remember those days.
This one, you have to drink like the whole bottle, and you're still. I think I need another one. You know,
You guys have
I heard the bartender yesterday. The guy was asking for a drink, and the bartender looks at him and says, "I don't think you need one." No, I need it. I don't think you do. And he's like, no, I do. And he's like, well, let me ask you this question. Do you just want it or do you need it? I guess you could just close me out. Oh, man. That's a nice way to say, you're cut off, bro.
You're done.
Just go home. Go to your room. Get out of here.
Jesus Christ, man. Dude, we're gonna have to have a all sports show again, so that we'll have to forewarn people because then they're gonna be like,
we'll have it at the adult store. So we're here at the adult store, but let's talk about batting averages.
Strike out to home run ratio.
the WAP or what is it called?
Oh yeah,
the WAR. Isn't it the WAR?
No, is
walks
it?
per innings pitched or some shit like that.
Yeah, there's the WAR. The WAR is the pitcher's stat. WAR. That's theirs. I forgot what that is.
Where did they come up with this shit? Is
There's
that
just
part
all
of
these-
Moneyball?
There's just all these stats nowadays, dude.
The WAP?
All
No, it's the WPA for baseball.
WPA.
It's the win probability added. Yeah.
No, there's another one.
But then there's
like,
WAR,
walk-
wins above replacement.
Okay, but walks versus innings pitched or some shit like that.
Isn't it the whip?
The whip.
The whip.
That's
walks
what it is.
and
Whip.
hits per inning.
Yes.
Per
Any
innings
something like
pitched.
that. The whip.
Well, if we go to the adult store, they'll have
Walks
some
and
whips
hits per
there.
inning pitched. Yes.
They'll have some whips there.
They'll
if
have
we go
some
to the
whips
adult
there.
Whips him ups.
Let us go to the store. We want to have a show there.
Let us cook.
No cap.
Let me see how much Riz I got. Oh my god! All right, man.
Oh man.
Any parting shots? Anything else? I think we tapped out on this one. We gotta close the tab here.
Yeah, close the tab.
We gotta close the
Do
tab
you
on this
need
one.
it or do you want it?
Do you want us to keep going or do you need us to stop? Nothing. Nothing else.
No, man.
No parting shots.
No party shots.
No.
I think we'll have some stuff to talk about next one after we finish the program.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
I'm on episode 2, so
I'll probably try it out.
so if y'all haven't started seeing that, go to Netflix and watch it so that way you can be caught up when we start talking about it.
And
The
then it
next
just
episode.
came out too.
It just,
didn't it?
yeah.
It just came out. It's called The Program.
The program.
Not the
It's
football
on-
movie, the
No,
program.
not the-
It's
no,
wrong.
not
That's
that
good.
Put the
one.
women and children to bed. Not that one.
It's a good one too, though.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, but so we'll have some stuff to talk about on that one.
Program. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one. Get to Netflix.
That one I have already some stuff to talk about, but I think that next episode we'll do that. We'll touch on that.
I'll have more.
Yeah,
I'll
go-
have more
go
stuff.
watch
'cause
it. Go watch it.
Even that first episode for me was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck? And What the fuck is that? And why is
Yeah.
everybody? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already towards the end of the second one, so it's getting crazy.
I told you I filled it Griselda, right?
Yeah, it took him
Oh,
6
that's
weeks to finish
right.
Griselda.
Took
Yeah.
me 2 months.
You can watch an episode per week.
All right, man. Well, thanks you guys for listening. Leave us some comments. We'll post some more on the Facebook page. Louie's got the Instagram page, and let us know what y'all think. We'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Later.